Throughout history, the most dangerous thing is not those who are weaker, but those who fail to realize the world has changed. Imagine an ordinary day. You wake up, check your phone, go to work, answer emails, scroll through social media, and think everything is fine. But meanwhile, somewhere out there, someone else is getting things done 10 times faster than you. Not because they are smarter, not because they work harder, but because they have learned to work with AI. This is no longer a story about technology. This is a story about survival. Because the scariest thing about AI is not that it will replace humans, but that it is silently dividing the world into two groups, the accelerated and those left behind. The gap starts invisible until it becomes permanent. Many people think, I don't need AI. It's just a trend. It will pass. But history has never forgiven those who thought a revolution would simply vanish. There was a time when people laughed at the internet. They said, no one will buy things online. Emails will never replace handwritten letters. And then, in just a few years, the whole world changed. Not gradually, but suddenly. The problem is, the biggest revolutions never destroy you immediately. They kill you in a much quieter way, bit by bit, silently, slowly, until the day you realize all the best opportunities no longer belong to you. Today, AI is creating an invisible tax, a fee that those who fail to adapt must pay every single day. You don't see it, but it is draining money from your pockets, stealing your time, and eroding your future. Picture this scene: an empty office late at night. An older worker is staring at a glowing screen, typing frantically, spending 8 hours grinding through a task, while somewhere else, a younger, AI-native kid finishes the exact same work in 10 minutes while drinking a cup of coffee. Today, people are using AI to research faster, automate repetitive work, generate ideas instantly, and learn at impossible speeds. What does that mean? It means those who don't use AI are no longer competing with humans. They are competing with humans augmented by superpowers. And here is the terrifying part. You won't even realize you are losing, because at first, everything looks normal. You still have a job, still have a salary, still have clients. You notice younger people catching up unbelievably fast. Skills that once took years to master now take months. Meetings become uncomfortable. Conversations start changing. And slowly, you begin feeling something terrifying. Not that you're failing, but that the world no longer values what once made you valuable. But then, you start taking longer to achieve the same results, while others move faster, earn more, and seem to pull further ahead every month. That is how obsolescence creeps in. Not with an explosion, but with the feeling that the world is accelerating while you are standing still. The most painful part is that many people don't even realize it is happening. They think, I just need to try harder. I need to work harder. I need to put in more hours. But effort is no longer the issue. You cannot beat someone using a jet engine by running faster barefoot. AI won't replace you. People using AI will. AI is changing the value of time. In the past, the winner was the hardest worker. Today, the winner is the one who knows how to amplify their capabilities. An average person with AI can surpass a small team without AI. For the first time in history, leverage is becoming more valuable than labor. Think about how strange that is. For thousands of years, human progress was limited by human capacity, but AI is beginning to break that limit. One person can now research like a team, create like a studio, learn faster than ever before. And this changes something fundamental. In the past, effort scaled slowly, but now, intelligence itself is becoming scalable. That is why, the next decade, may create more billionaires, more creators, and more disruption than entire generations before it. But it will also create painful divide, because those who adapt early will accelerate faster and faster, while everyone else struggles just to keep up. And if you think this only affects the tech industry, no, it is penetrating every field: education, marketing, design, accounting, healthcare, law. No industry is immune. The scariest thing is not AI taking your job, but someone else using AI, making the value of your old skills plummet. Imagine spending 10 years mastering a skill, and then in just 2 years, the world starts seeing it as something basic, not because you got worse, but because the overall standard has risen. That is why so many people today feel strangely anxious. They can't name it, but deep down, they feel that the world is changing too fast, and they fear that one day, everything they were proud of will no longer be enough. But take a deep breath, because here is the beautiful part. For the first time in human history, one ordinary person can wield tools once reserved for billion-dollar companies. In the past, to build a massive business, you needed a lot of people: designers, copywriters, marketers, data analysts. But today, a single person with a laptop and the right AI can do the workload that once required an entire team. Small individuals start wielding the power of large corporations. You can learn faster, create more, build something monumental. AI doesn't just save time, it compounds advantages. Every month you delay learning AI, someone else compounds. Learning prompting, automating workflows, creating in hours what once took weeks. Those who leverage AI the best are not always tech geniuses. Often, they are just the more curious ones, more willing to learn, more willing to experiment. Because in the end, AI doesn't reward perfection, it rewards adaptation. The strange thing is, some of the people benefiting most from AI are not experts, they're ordinary people who simply started earlier than everyone else. The future punishes hesitation. Many people think, I will wait until AI is perfected before I learn it. But that is like saying, I will learn to swim after the tsunami arrives. Winners rarely wait for everything to be clear. They start when the world is still in chaos. The sad truth is, some people will only realize this when it is too late, when their work starts being devalued, when their skills are no longer rare, when the younger, more flexible generation passes them by. That is the slow death of a career. No announcements, no loud noises, just every year you become less essential. Because when change happens too fast, it creates two reactions. One group learns, the other panics. They deny it or pretend nothing is happening. Because sometimes people would rather believe the world is wrong than accept that they need to change. But reality always wins. And AI won't stop just because someone feels uncomfortable. This is not a video about fear. This is a video about awareness. Because AI doesn't automatically destroy your future. Apathy does. Most people always underestimate the speed of change when it first begins, until one day, everything happens all at once. The frightening part is, most revolutions are only obvious in hindsight. When you're living through them, they just feel like small changes, new tools, new apps, new headlines, until suddenly, the entire world operates differently. And by then, the people who moved early are already too far ahead, because history moves on, whether people are ready or not. And years from now, many people will look back at this era and realize they were witnessing one of the biggest shifts in human history. The only question is, will you be among those who adapted early enough to shape the future, or among those still wishing they had started sooner?